Kia ora, good morning. Hang on, let me just turn the kettle off. I was making a coffee, but it's very noisy. My father just learned me a thing, and I had to record it, because it's blowing my mind wide open. So, little backstory. I was talking to my boys last night about the Bible, how I got my Bible and things in the Bible, because basically my youngest came to me and he said to me, you know that post you put up about the Russian soldiers having the purity seal put on their gear? He said, like, you know, that's not a new thing, it's like an ancient thing. Double agent much, Gabriel? And I said, it doesn't matter. Because he goes, it's from, like, it's 1200 years old, or like it's a 1200-year-old tradition. And I said, it doesn't matter. I said, you're not allowed to cast magic. You're not allowed to cast spells if you're not ordained to do so. And I said, just because you're an ordained minister, an ordained priest, it doesn't mean that you're ordained to cast protections on people. You need to be like a certain bloodline. You need to have permission to do that sort of thing. And I said, and God would never allow anyone to cast magic on anything that was to do with war and human sacrifices and all of that. And I was explaining about how there's a lot of occult stuff in the Bible that I said, you know, like 70% of the Bible isn't real. Like it's not based on God's occult. It's based on basically the devil's occult, because God would never allow a son to sacrifice his child. And you know, that's doing all the human sacrifices and animal sacrifices parts of the Bible. That's not God, that's the devil. And I was explaining this to the boys, and I said, you know, the word cast, to cast a spell, I said the word cast means to place, set, or mould from, you know, I said, it, you know, like it's basically, you know how I put recipes together. I'm casting. I'm taking something that is intuitive and instinctual, and then I'm physically taking it from my mind and molding it into like a physical thing. I'm manifesting it. To cast means to place, set, or mold, to manifest. And when it comes to the occult, it is the woman who manifests, because casting spells is like putting recipes together for a manifestation, and in the occult, it's the woman who runs the kitchen. In my culture, the heart of the home is run by the woman, because the woman is the nurturer. The woman is the one who takes care of the ingredients, who takes care of the recipes to put it together, because what she cooks in her cauldron is to feed her community and feed her family and her descendants. And you know, so she's the nurturer. The woman is the one who takes care of the family, but the man is the conjurer, and he's like the hunter-gatherer, because the word to conjure or conjure means to gather from nothing. So the man is the hunter-gatherer. Get it? He hunts down the ingredients. She tells him what she needs. He goes out to get it, brings it back, and then she puts it all together. And that's like the yin-yang balance in life and marriage, and you know, in the occult. You must have a male and a female to do it in order for it to, you know, be truly balanced under the laws of the universe. You have to abide by the laws of the universe when it comes to conjuring and manifesting something into physical reality. So I was explaining this, and I said, basically, I said, and the other thing is, you must never, ever, ever advertise your seals to people, because it negates the protection put on them. I said, because when you put a seal of protection or a talisman or an amulet on someone, it's for them and for them alone. And when other people see it, they take that seal. I said there'll be people recreating that seal and making copies of that seal to put on products and merchandise and on their wall and on their phones and all that sort of thing. And I said they're stealing the energy, and they're taking the energy that was, for that particular person or that particular battalion, and people are stealing from it. And I said, and it's like using a piece of chalk. Everyone who takes from it, who isn't supposed to be taking from it, is all using the same one piece of chalk. It's like an energetic chalk, is what a spell is, that where it draws a circle around the person, or the target, the battalion, whatever. And anyone who borrows that chalk wears it down, and it lessens the protection on the targeted person or battalion. And if you're not ordained to do that, you're setting them up to, get harmed, because they have no protection. You're sending them out onto the battlefield with zero protection, because everybody is basically stripping them of their armor before they get on the battlefield. So I was explaining all of this. And then I was just laying here, just having my first cup of coffee, just talking to my father and thinking about, this incredible night that I had with my boys last night. It was unbelievable. I got to talk about the Bible and everything, and they were listening, and, they were joining in on the conversation. It was just lovely. Gabriel was in the room, but he was listening. In the other room, but he was listening. And Father said to me, because I said that the stuff that's in the Bible that's real is about 30%, and I said it's mind-blowing. I said the stuff that he talks about that is real occult stuff is like nothing short of supernatural. It's like mind-blowing, the stuff that God talks about in regards to what I do in the Bible and quantum magnetics and that. Like, he confirmed everything I was saying in the Bible, God was. And so I'm, just contemplating it all. And what did the boys used to say? Contemplating the orb, my orb. And Father just said to me, what do you think I meant when I said, let he who is without sin cast the first stone? And I'm like, what? And he goes, let he who is without sin cast the first stone, because I was talking to the boys about how in order to cast magic, you must be pure. You have to have a pure heart. And in the second book of John, he says I have a pure heart, that I'm there to teach love, because I keep saying, I'm here to teach the world how to love, right? And that's what a mother does. She's responsible for the love in the kitchen, what she casts. The heart of the kitchen is the woman's domain, right? Because it's love. Love is the magic that she puts in all her food, that sort of thing. So in the second book of John, he talks about it there, the purity and all of that, and I'm about being the chosen one. And because I'm pure of heart, because my body's pure now, all that sort of thing. So let he who is without sin cast the first stone. Casting spells, casting the first stone to lay the foundation for the new world. Let he who is without sin cast the first foundation. cast the first stone to lay the foundation. Do you get it? The stone being, you know how how buildings have cornerstones? Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. So he's saying, I'm now without sin. I've paid off my karmic debt. I got the blessings from my boys yesterday. Like the talk that we had, I'm not going to go into it because it was personal, but yeah. So, yeah. So now I get to lay the foundation. Build a whole new world for children, for entertainment, for humanity, for all of it. For the countries where I get to build them in. So I'm looking forward to moving to Canada and getting this party started. Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. I've got my purity bracelet on, that I got when I got locked up, my St. Philomena cord, which was given to me by somebody in there who gave it to me because she said God told her I was pure. Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. So now I can't see that phrase any other way, because I don't read the Bible the same way. I don't read the language in the Bible the same way everyone else does, because there's codes within it that completely negate the original meaning, because if whoever wrote them wasn't seeing God in the correct light. Making offerings to Baal. Baal is Baphomet. Baal is Moloch. God would never ever allow anyone to make a sacrifice of life in his name, which is why he would never let a priest cast a spell of protection over men that were going into a battlefield to kill people who don't want to be there. In order for you to give your life, it must be willingly. And no one wants to willingly go out into a battlefield and, slaughter people who are someone's husband, brother, father, son, uncle. They all just want to be home with their families. So it doesn't matter how old it is. If you don't have permission to do it, it's not going to mean anything, and it could do more harm than good, especially if the person casting has sinned. Because then what's the point of it being a purity seal if it's been cast and worn by sinners? It's like it would be the equivalent of throwing energetic money down the toilet. And I was explaining to the boys, our ancestral god, Sobek, that's what he's there for. We have an Egyptian god called Sobek who has the head of an alligator, whose job it is to protect the magic cast on and from royal bloodlines, like me. And he protects the military. And he protects the magic that is put on talismans and amulets. So he doesn't create the magic, he protects the magic. And he's our ancestral god. So I said, I'm ordained to do it. It's in my bloodline. I have the permission to do it because I do it correctly. I know how to do it properly. And that's why I offered my services to Vladimir Putin to do it properly. And then the soldiers would actually be protected. And then, so, yeah, so I said it doesn't matter. So, yeah, when my father just said that, what do you think I meant when I said, let he who is without sin cast the first stone? That just blew my mind and I had to record it. So, gosh, I've been, What an incredible few days. Last night, I'm never going to forget last night as long as I live. It, it's all been worth it, I've got to tell you. The whole thing, it's all been worth it. Anyway, I'm going to go and have my second cup of coffee. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Get ready for the resurrection of Christ. I'm so looking forward to Easter. The boys are coming and we're going to go to the movies and that, so I'm taking them out on a date. We're going to reward ourselves with some fish and chips, so I'm looking forward to it because I haven't had fish and chips in the longest time. So I'm saving my fish for Easter. I'm so excited. Anyway, I'll speak to you later. Ka kite anō. Mwah.